Not a straight body in these statues. They're all curved, sometimes impossibly curved, and so nonchalant, hence their ageless ambiguity, as if they're daring you to desire them.
Hey folks, I'm Ignatiy Vishnevetsky.
And I'm Alex Dowd.
Today we are talking about one of the most acclaimed films to come out of this year's Sundance. It's finally coming to theaters, Luca Guadagnino's Call Me By Your Name.
Welcome to Film Club.
So Luca Guadagnino is not necessarily a household name for our readers, for our viewers, but he's directed some very interesting films. Mm-hmm. I was actually kind of a fan of his last film, A Bigger Splash. And this is, on the one hand, very much in his wheelhouse, and then also kind of a change of pace into something a little more naturalistic.
Yes.
What you have is this coming-of-age film of sorts, and also a romance, set in Italy in 1983, but mostly within you could say, kind of a largely English and French-speaking social group of academics.
Mm-hmm. This young actor, Timothée Chalamet, plays Elio, and he's this teenage boy living with his parents at like an Italian villa, essentially on the seaside. And his parents, who are academics, invite this graduate student to come stay with them for the summer.
Oliver, who's played by Armie Hammer.
Yes.
And Armie Hammer's fantastic in this movie.
Yes, he is. Both the actors are very good.
But I say this as an Armie Hammer connoisseur. This is some fine Armie Hammer.
I do think it's the best thing he's done since probably Social Network.
Yeah.
But he's like this basically this beautiful stud who comes into their life, and he's just this sort of beacon of attractiveness and allure, and it basically turns into this very slow, sort of hesitant seduction between the two of them. Between this teenage boy and this slightly older man. And the whole movie sort of unfolds like this dance, I think. And we're sort of seeing it sort of step by step through gestures, through sort of offhand remarks. These two sort of grow closer and closer to each other.
Now, Guadagnino is someone who normally has a fairly kaleidoscopic style. He uses a lot of very dramatic dolly shots and zooms, which he doesn't do in this film. This is I think, a lot more controlled, more... In fact, the whole movie is shot with one lens, which I found really fascinating and is very, very unusual.
There's still some of that sort of lunging camera work, and I mean, he still has a little bit of that showboating quality about him.
I mean, there's a great scene between the two characters, between Elio and Oliver, that is set in the plaza of this small town. It's a very long take that basically covers this whole outdoor space, with the camera kind of turning to follow them.
I mean, I think one of my issues with his previous films, A Bigger Splash and I Am Love, one of my issues with those films is that I feel like a lot of the style feels kind of
it feels like
kind
it's
of unmotivated and ostentatious.
I was going to say, does it feel like it's forced upon it? Because I actually like how much of A Bigger Splash is unmotivated.
Right. I know you enjoy that about it, but it feels like every stylistic technique he's using is kind of synced to these characters' feelings and to their heartbeats, and all of it feels so motivated to me.
Yeah, to make us feel like we're in the space, like we're getting a sense of where they are.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's just this beautiful, seductive dance between the two of them. A beautiful film about sort of first love, and I think for me it evoked a lot of the sort of chatty romantic strain of European cinema from the 60s. I thought of Eric Romer a little bit myself.
Call me by your name and I'll call you by mine.